AM 970 WSTX.
All right. We're back here, and we had a very interesting conversation going on there with the American Cancer Society and Tina Beezer talking about the cancer kickoff. But now we're going to change gears here, and we have Rotary of St. Croix in the house this morning.
Good morning.
Okay.
Good morning.
Liz Goggins and Sandra Gerard Leung. Okay. And they're here. We're going to be talking about another great thing, good thing, community thing that Rotary is doing. Okay. I'm always glad to have Rotary. Ain't no hot air in here when Rotary is here for sure.
That's true.
Okay. All right. Yeah, man. I got to really give it to Rotary in terms of all the positive things that are going on in the community. And we have a very special event coming up on the 23rd, I believe it is.
And 24th?
And 24th, that's right. A two-day event that mommies and daddies, anyone who is in a position of, stewardship over a young person that's looking to go to college and feeling that trepidation, oh God, where the money gonna come from? Because that is the deal. Education has just skyrocketed in terms of cost, okay? And so we're here to talk about a scholarship fair that you guys are putting on. All right,
That is correct, and good morning to the listening audience. And the Rotary Club of St. Croix and Sunshine Mall are collaborating on a scholarship fair to be held Saturday, January 23rd and Sunday, January 24th. On Saturday from 10 to 7 and on Sunday from 12 to 5. And, I'm going to say to everyone, it's parents, it's grandparents, it's custodial parents, non-custodial, custodial, it's friends of seniors, it's family members, it's foster parents, it's everybody. If you're interested in your junior or senior child graduating and going on to college, that also includes vocational studies, then you need to come out and see what's available here in the Virgin Islands. We have a lot of scholarships that are given out by local groups, nonprofits, civic organizations, the government, and you need to find out what's needed, what's necessary, what the time frame is. Just come out and get the information that you need in order for your child to go on for higher education.
All right. Fantastic. This is something that I have a 10th grader, and I remember being in the hospital in the delivery room just yesterday, and this little thing popped up. But then there's a 10th grader, and it's like, where did the time go? And you say, well, 10th grader, some people say, well, you got time. No, you don't have time. You don't have time. You have to start planning from now or before now about when that 12th grade come and that next step that more often than not they want to take.
Well, the other thing is that parents need to understand the paperwork that's necessary to attach to these applications. And the students also, we have a scholarship from Rotary, and we've had 2 students last year. We've had up to 12, 14 students apply. But then there were years that, you have 1 or 2, and it is 2 scholarships. But again, they have to write an essay. They need to spend time practicing and thinking about what they're going to put in this essay. That's going to put them at a higher level for getting this scholarship or whatever is available. I mean, we live in the Virgin Islands. It's a place of beauty and history and culture that they can add into this essay. So if you know early enough, then you can practice it, you can get it, correct, you can make sure other people read it. But the other thing is the parents need to be prepared for the paperwork that's necessary and the assistance they need to give to their child to get this paperwork out. Does it need to be mailed by the 30th at midnight? Well, it can't be 12:01. It's got to be 11:49. So it's that kind of information.
Okay. Well, the important thing is that you're given an avenue by which parents can get a little bit more acclimated either beforehand or for the process that's coming up in this June. All right, so we're having various entities that are going to be there talking about the scholarships that are
You
available?
can talk about that.
Okay.
We are inviting every local business, organization, Greek organizations, and family foundations. I knew of one family foundation, and Sandra knew of another. So there are a number of family foundations that give scholarships. So if you are locally based in the Virgin Islands and you give a scholarship, come out, bring a table and chairs, because there aren't a lot at Sunshine Mall. So just bring a table and chairs, bring the applications, and also, on the side, it's also an opportunity to promote your organization or business. Bring whatever information you want. I know the Rotary clubs, we're all going to have our flags there. We're all going to be wearing Rotary t-shirts, So it's that opportunity too, so you can spread the word about your organization. But we really invite everybody to come out. Anybody that gives a scholarship in any amount. I know, some people think, oh, well, that scholarship is only $500. Well, you know what? You can get that one, you can get this one, you can get this one. So at the end of the day, if you actually take your time and apply, there's no restriction on how many scholarships you can get. And that's what people, I think, one of the things they fail to realize. You can get 12 different scholarships, No, we don't ask. We don't care if you've got a scholarship from anybody else.
All right.
So, and one thing too, well, first off, UVI students can come, because a lot of these scholarships are one-year scholarships, so you can come and apply for those. And also, we're asking juniors to come out because we are going to have information about the Georgia Rotary Scholarship, which is a full-year scholarship that pays for everything, room and board, all your expenses, all your books. But the application period for the 2016 school year, college year, is already closed. So juniors would have to come to get that information for their college year. So we're asking juniors to come out, and that's a great scholarship. I mean, it pays for everything. You do have to go to school in Georgia, and one of the criteria for that is that you cannot have attended school in the United States, but because we are of our Rotary district, we're an international district, that doesn't apply to students, even though we're part of the United States. That doesn't apply to students here because we're in an international Rotary district.
Right.
So that's a great scholarship we'll have out there. People going back to school too. You don't have to be a high school student to apply for a scholarship.
Right. That's right.
So if you're thinking about going back to school locally, come. It's open to everybody.
All right, fantastic. Well, you just make sure there's some of the doors that you have to knock on, one of which is the Virgin Islands Water and Power Authority.
Yes.
And they have that scholarship, and in particular, they have not only the scholarship for engineers, but they also have a scholarship for persons who are interested in a technical field. So we have a lot of young people that go off to ITT and DeVry and whatever, and poor mommy and daddy struggling, when in fact WAPA has money and a guaranteed job in the process. So it's just one of those things. Of course, I'm calling some of these names. These are kind of more the big hitters, and I'm going to come full circle to something you said in a minute, but you have like Innovative.
They've already committed.
All right. You have the Board of Education.
They have already committed.
All right. But what you said about all of these other organizations, sometimes it's a fraternity, a sorority, and they're not out there making big waves the rest of the time. And, but they do this, and if we can get them out there and you hook up with them, fine.
Well, our issue was that most of the students wait until March or April.
Mm-hmm.
And if you start now, you have a better chance of grabbing for the good ones and getting your essay in and your paperwork in early. Mm-hmm. Also, it's just a matter that sometimes they don't know where to look. And, we think about computers. Not everyone has a computer at home. Not everyone has, internet access. So this is a way for you to come out and to see what's available, talk to people, maybe go to school, go on the computer, and do some additional work, but at least it gives you some sort of pathway to start the process.
Yeah.
And at least think about going away to school if that's what you want, or going to UVI.
And one of the things is, as President Sandra mentioned, last year we had 2 applicants. And speaking to friends in some of the sororities and whatever, they've had very low number of applicants, fraternities also. And I think it was 2 years ago, I spoke to a number of high school students who hadn't heard about our scholarship. And I believe there's a number of reasons for that. It may be the student just not reaching out. The counselors are overwhelmed. I mean, they've just got so much to do. It's hard to reach to every student, I mean, there's any number of reasons. Maybe it's partly our fault. We didn't advertise it enough, whatever. What we're trying to do here is to make it as easy as possible for students, parents, and the organizations giving the scholarships to get together to one-stop shopping, come out.
Yeah. Well, it starts with getting the word out. And, as you get out here in the various avenues that are available to you to get the word out, that's where it starts. That's where it starts. Eliminate as much as possible the opportunities for somebody saying, I didn't know. No, we're going to make sure you know that you are aware and you can take advantage of it, okay? And if it slips your mind, we get a reminder in here and there by bringing it out from time to time so people are going to be aware, okay? So that's the 23rd, which is a Saturday.
Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, the Saturday hours are from
10 to 7.
From 10 to 7.
And Sunday hours are 12 to 5.
Okay, good.
And
All right.
also for UVI students and for people who have already graduated from college, we're also going to have information about the Rotary Peace Fellowships, which is a graduate degree scholarship at 8 universities around the world. And people who have gone through that, who have gotten that degree, are working as diplomats, or working in governments, or working in international programs. So we'll have information about the Rotary Peace Scholarships, and like I said, that is a graduate level program. So, and we'd absolutely love for somebody from the Virgin Islands to attend.
Yeah, we can't do it. We're too old.
Right.
But it would just be great to have a young person to go. And I mean, who wouldn't love to go to Lisbon and live for 18 months and go through the peace table training or elsewhere, and then after that get a job working on peace initiatives throughout the world.
Yeah.
So
well, the bottom line is anything is possible. As long as we keep our minds oriented toward anything being possible, then we can do it. It's there for us. And this is something that we've had these little rapports with some of the students and so forth, and you got to get them past this thing of well, I probably not going to win. It's like the Powerball. I probably not going to get it. I said, no. You don't count yourself out. You get in there and you put in your application because somebody's going to get it and you're somebody. And so you're eligible to get it. And that's what you got to do.
Right.
Yeah.
The Peace Fellowships, you can attend Duke University, the International Christian University in Japan, the University of Bradford in England, the University of Queensland, Australia, and Uppsala University in Sweden.
Okay.
So any of those universities.
what an
offer
opportunity to live outside of the U.S.
Yep.
and just learn and be able to share with your own people. A couple other things that we have happening with Rotary. We're feeding the less fortunate on Monday,
All right.
which is the National Day of Service. It's Martin Luther King's holiday, and we'll be feeding in the market in Christiansted. All of the food is donated by the Rotary Club of St. Croix, and we actually serve the food in the market, and we're doing
corrections.
correct. Oh yeah, and we're also doing a bag dinner for them to take with sandwiches. And we were lucky enough to be one of the organizations selected by the Bureau of Corrections to get some meat. So we have a lovely piece of pork that's also going to be cooked and added to the meal for that day. And we expect to serve anywhere from 100 to 125 persons on Monday. So if you're interested and you want to come on out and assist us. We'll be there in the market from 11:30 to about 2 o'clock.
On Monday.
On Monday. And that is the less fortunate. We don't, call it homeless. It is those persons who are in need of a meal.
That's right. There, but for the grace of the Creator,
Exactly.
go any one of us.
You got a family and you need a meal, come on out and get a good meal and fellowship with the other persons there. We spend time, we have people there, and it's a wonderful opportunity to see them. We do a prayer in the beginning, and it's just nice to see all of the people come out
All right.
and share for the one day. It also is a National Day of Service, giving back to our people and giving back to our community.
Rotary on the moon. Okay. I just put your scholarship fair on my page here. I'm sure it's already on Facebook somewhere. I just couldn't
It's
look
all
for
over.
it at the moment, but I put it on my page just in support of what you're doing in that regards. I don't know if you have something on there for the day of service. You have
It's on our Facebook page.
It's on your Facebook page.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll go to that and take a look. But definitely, folks, this is our community. And this is our Rotary. Every step of the way, they let you know by deeds that this is our Rotary. And that's what I like about Rotary. You can get up there and talk. But Rotary is where the rubber meets the road. It's do. So remember, when you contribute to causes for the Rotary, it's not a donation to an organization. It's a donation to service, because Rotary is just the funnel through which it gets out to the community in the end.
Exactly.
Okay?
And for those listening who are interested in attending a meeting, Rotary Club of St. Croix meets on Thursdays at noon at Gertrude. Harborside meets on Wednesdays at 5:30 at Brew Pub. Mid-Isle meets on Tuesday mornings at 7 o'clock.
Wednesday
mornings. And they're cheery-eyed and bushy-tailed
Right.
at
Oh, yeah.
7 a.m. in the morning. And Frederickstead meets at the Frederickstead Center by the Polly Joseph Stadium around the corner on Tuesday evenings at 6:30. So you have, different times, different places. Come on out, enjoy it. Come and see what it is that we do. We talk about the different initiatives that we're doing, and each club has their own initiatives that they're doing, and then there are a few that we do jointly. But it's a fun activity. Check us out on Facebook. All of the clubs have Facebook pages, and you'll see what it is that we're doing.
All right. Well, this is great. This is great. We can't have enough of that involvement in our community. That community getting involved with itself, because everybody knows it needs to be done. Everybody knows there needs to be outreach. Everybody knows that the end of school is coming this year, and we have graduates and they got to go off to school. But I know that in the case of the scholarship in particular, some parents are kind of like, not in denial, but in avoidance.
And it's a scary process to think of what it is.
Yeah.
You have to read, you have to write, I need information. If we're going out for some funding, I've got to have my tax paperwork. Maybe I've got to call the child's father or the child's mother, and, we finally have to talk. So it is a scary time, but remember, it is the child that we're talking about.
That's right.
It's your student.
That's right.
It's the future of our community. They might want to come back home and do something, or even elsewhere. Wherever they go, they're still a Virgin Islander.
Yes, and the one thing, if you haven't already done it, my interaction with the various counselors at schools, whether it be the complex in particular or at the Central High School, they are very, very helpful. So if you got them on board on your team for getting the word out, fantastic. But I'm telling you, when the WAPA scholarship, when we're working on that, for instance, we go to the complex and whatever and we gave them the applications. We got back applications because they went and harangued everybody by the ear and bring them in and say, hey, you interested in being an engineer? Boom, fill this out.
Well, they're going to do the blast from both complex and central. So the parents are I'm sure they're going to get a blast this weekend. and then they'll get one during the week, and then they'll get one next Friday to remind them. They've
Okay.
got this, wonderful blast system where they send you a message on the internet and on your phone to remind you of activities that are happening.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we will, I'm sure we're going to see quite a few. And if there are people out there who have buddies, who have scholarships that we don't know about, check us on our Facebook page. Call us. You can call myself at 643-9888. You can call Liz. You can call David Beck. Whoever is a Rotarian, just call us and tell us or just show up on Saturday and Sunday and set up your table. The National Guard is also going to be there.
Right.
They called us immediately after we were on the radio yesterday and said, is there a fee? It is free. We are just the persons planning so that you can come out and we can all be a part of it. And we're going to make certain that we get names and numbers and emails so that next year it can even be bigger and better. So to everyone, if you have a scholarship or if you have a small amount of money that you want to give to a senior, come on out Saturday and Sunday at Sunshine Mall, and let's share that information with all of the students in the community.
All right, and I want to big up your partner in this,
Sunshine
the
Mall.
Mall, because as you said, it's free and they're making the space available. It's good, wide open, comfortable environment to set up tables and be able to carry on the different conversations without getting in each other's way. Yeah, so definitely. Thank you, Sunshine Mall,
Yeah.
for
Well,
your working with Rotary on
Right.
this.
I'd like to say about Sunshine Mall, because years ago when we did the wheelchair project, they gave us space there, and that's where our base of operations were, and it was fabulous. So when the books were coming in, we're like, Sunshine Mall, and they're like, anything we can do to help. So we called them again, and we've been working with Shelley Brin, and Shelley's fabulous. We love Shelley, and she's just been like, yeah, let's do it. What can we do? Let's get it done.
Yeah.
So they've been an amazing corporate citizen.
All right.
And all their security staff, we have to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Just wonderful people that work at Sunshine Mall and assist us, checking on us, making sure everything is okay, and just being there.
Yeah.
And they're good corporate sponsors on the island of St. Croix.
Fantastic. Well, that's what it's all about. Teamwork gets it done. Okay.
It does.
Teamwork is the most important tool we have, because individually we can only go but so far. But when we pool our resources, we can go exponentially further.
Yeah, and if there are any physicians out there that are planning on giving scholarships, we have Deb Bobbitt, who's going to give one. When we told her about it, she says, great, I'll do a scholarship. And she's also talking to her alma mater. So if you're thinking about it, come on out, talk to the students, and see what the needs are,
Yeah.
and just talk to our students.
And we have been inviting the counselors, the school counselors also. So basically, we are inviting anybody that can help students get a scholarship. Either you offer one, you have information about one from somewhere else, you can talk to students about getting their essays. Anybody that can help a student get a scholarship, come out. It's that simple. We just want to make it as easy as possible.
All right. Okay. Well, there's a lot of good things going on St. Croix, and we've got to make note of them and get involved and take advantage of them. And this Rotary is an organization we get involved in because we do positive things in the community. And Rotary is one of those organizations that when you look to, we have plenty of good things going on in the community where we could point to Rotary as being the initiator, the executor, whatever. But the bottom line is Rotary is involved in the community, so be involved with Rotary. All right. Okay.
Are you going to commercial?
Not
Oh,
right this minute.
okay.
In a couple of minutes. But.
The empowering parents.
Yeah, we'll be back in about 3 to 4 weeks to talk about plans for our Empowering Parents and Teachers, which is going to be a series of workshops by Dr. Alberto Cornier, who's a geneticist and a pediatrician who lives in Puerto Rico and also has a house here on St. Croix. So he lives in both places, and he wants to give back to the community of St. Croix, and he wants to do it through Rotary. So we're going to be dealing with genetic issues.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be dealing with special education issues, children with special needs, parents dealing with their children and the needs of their children, and the staff and how they can work, how they can make it an easier transition for these students, and also a transition for the teachers. I mean, it becomes a tiring job. But we want to make certain that when we do that, that everyone is invited. The first few workshops are going to be for teachers and staff with the Department of Education and Infants and Toddlers and Department of Health. And then we're going to open it out to parents with children with disabilities, children with genetic issues, and then the general public. So we'll be back once we get it all squared away. We'll be back to let the listening audience know that we'll be doing this.
Okay.
Again, another Rotary event that's free of charge.
Okay.
And that's going to be an ongoing series.
Ongoing.
Yeah. So what's the banner of the event again?
Empowering parents and teachers.
Empowering parents and teachers. All right. That's
One thing that we talked to Dr. Cornier about doing, because it's such in the news now, is the Zika virus.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from being a geneticist and a pediatrician, Dr. Cornier also has a molecular biology lab. So he's just a little bit of an overachiever. You know.
The guy's
But
brilliant.
he has worked on the dengue vaccine, and he is very familiar with insect-borne diseases. And that's, you know, the issue with that disease is that it causes birth defects.
Yeah.
And so he's also going to be doing a presentation about that, you know. So we have a lot planned with him, and it's great because he's looking at doing this ongoing for a few years, possibly, you know. So it will become a regular series.
All right. Well, this Zika is very frightening in the sense that it seems, from my perspective, like it came out of nowhere.
Right.
You know, and all of a sudden we have this, and then we see this what we call the symptoms, the revelations that it is even there in terms of the birth defects. It's just frightening. So anything we can do in context of educating people or what's involved with that.
Because, and that's, somebody had said to me, well, it's sexually transmitted, and I was like, I don't think so. So I was reading up on it, and it is. So, you know, if a man gets bitten by a mosquito that has that disease, he can transmit it to his partner, you know, and vice versa. So it's if you or I were to get it, it wouldn't be that big a deal. It's not as symptomatic as dengue or chikungunya. But if a woman of childbearing age gets it, it's the birth defects that are.
You know, and then we talk about the other issues, you know, the sanitary issues and other health issues of water and other issues that he will bring to the forefront that we can get other people to deal with, the Department of Health and Sanitation. So it's going to be eye-opening for the community because he is a wonderful speaker, has such a wealth of information, and speaks to those present so they truly understand what's going on. So we're very happy to be collaborating with him and him wanting to work with Rotary. He attended a health fair a year ago and he had a wonderful audience, and we were just enthralled. We just sat there and listened, and we were like, wow, you know, this man just knows so much.
Even just sitting there on Monday talking to him for half an hour, 45 minutes, we learned things, you know, and it's like, wow.
World-renowned speaker.
Yes.
Throughout the world.
All right.
So,
well, I'm looking forward to seeing these things happening, starting with the more concrete one that's happening on
Scholarship Fair,
the 23rd and the 24th.
All right.
Parents, come on out. Students, come out.
Mall. All right. I'm
We'll
looking
be
forward
there.
to it. Definitely. All right.
Thank you very much.
And I need to start warming up from now because the race is on, and
you know,
10th grade now is 12th grade in a blink.
That's right. That's right.
Oh yeah. All right. So parents, there's hope, there's help, and there are resources. And, and Rotary is helping to make sure that they're easy to access and become more acquainted on. All right? Well, I really want to thank you for coming in and talking about this. This is really a great thing that you're doing, and but another great thing that you're doing.
Thank you. We love it.
All right, fantastic. So keep it coming. Keep it coming. All right. Thank you
Will
much.
do.
Okay, have a great day. All right, folks, and here we are in WSTX AM 970 773 0390 773 0490. So if you have anything of concern to the public that relates to the scholarship fair or American Cancer Society or something else that's of relevance to what's going on here in the Virgin Islands and in St. Croix in particular that can be of benefit to us, definitely give us a call, and know that you can also follow us on the internet. You got a TuneIn app. You can use a TuneIn app to connect to WSTX and follow. You can also go to WSTXradio.com and connect that way. The bottom line is that WSTX gone global. You could be anywhere in the world and be on WSTX. All right. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, great.
And to the listening audience, have a wonderful day.
Okay, fantastic. All right, good. This is Doug Canton inviting you to join the conversation on Reflections every Thursday from 8 to 10 a.m. On Reflections, we discuss the positive developments in our community as well as focus on the positive that you and I can make happen. After the show, the conversation is also available on YouTube and Facebook. So tune in to Reflections on WSTX AM 970, your community-minded station.
AM 970 WSTX.